What are we working on today, Drew?
So today we're working on building seats for the van. We're going to put them right over these wheel wells to kind of hide them and make that space usable. It's going to come out to about here. That's going to be about 13 inches. It's going to be 11 inches high and 40 inches wide. Should fit about 2 people comfortably.
All right,
Let's do it.
let's do it. If it were only as simple as we thought. Our plan did not consist of a fleshed out idea for a bench. In other words, we were trying to wing it. Now, it also didn't help that Drew and I have very little experience using a table saw. Our first task was to cut the 1/4-inch piece of plywood for the seat. Drew's dad was pushing the wood. Drew was trying to keep the edge flush, while I was standing in the back helping to support the wood. At least that's what was supposed to be going on. Drew's dad did his part fine. Drew was pushing down too much on the wood, which made it difficult for his dad to cut. I saw that and decided to help by pulling the wood, which I did not communicate, and it only made things worse because I was pulling the wood away from the fence. Then, of course, this happened. Drew did not lift the board off the table saw. It vibrated right back into the blade. Thankfully, no one got hurt, but it did scar the board, rendering it useless. We flipped the big piece over to start with a fresh, straight factory edge. We tried again, but still couldn't cut very straight. We made the decision to trim just a little more off. To create a new straight edge, we clamped a 1x2-inch piece of wood down and used the circular saw.
You're completely off the line.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're going to go straight line.
It still didn't come out great, but it was okay enough to proceed. I moved it over, we gotta move it back that way.
I don't know. We're making a mess of it.
Yeah.
Now that the original piece of plywood was a lot smaller, we turned it 90 degrees to use a new factory edge to cut our second piece. That was a lot easier.
This cut is good. That other cut is a little wobbly.
With the 2 boards in hand, it was time to start bracing them. We took a big drill bit to create the countersink, then sent a small drill bit through the board and the piece of 1x2. I don't know what I was thinking because I let go just as Drew was drilling.
I was doing something. Is it like down here a little bit?
He made sure to let me know exactly what he thought.
You fucked up.
We continued drilling the other holes, bracing it on both sides. Then we attached the top and bottom, leaving a gap purposely on the top of the board, with the idea that the seat of the board would sit on top of the front of the bench. I'll go into more detail about that in the next video.
but it's right.
Then we attach the 3 middle pieces.
How far, like, where they go. Still know where that measuring tape is.
And with that, our first board was complete. This is where we stopped filming. We took a break for dinner, and by the time we got back outside, it was too dark to capture anything. But the other half of the seat was more of the same. Drew ended up doing the other seat the next day, which was a lot easier the second time around. We'll be installing them into the van in the near future. Thanks for watching.